Hello and good morning. Welcome again to On the Spot 947, where we sit down, we have a little tete a tete with some of the biggest and talented names in the arts, and equally those who are on their artistic journey in the hopes of influencing and changing the world. It is a brand new year, literally, and also from the viewpoint of the Chinese lunar calendar. So, Happy New Year to everybody who's joining us today. It is the first episode of 2022 for us, and much has changed since we spoke to you last, and yet some things have remained the same. So we still wear our masks when we go out, we disinfect, we keep ourselves protected at all times. And because it is a new year, there's always that focus to be better because it is a fresh start and to also ensure that the journey for the year will be as smooth as we want it or envision it to be. Apart from that focus for a fresh start, and just like the basic math principle, there is also the ones that we carry over from the year that was, albeit our continuing dreams and continuing plans for ourselves, especially if you are creative. And because I don't think there is an expiry date on our dreams, and there should never really be any. So, which brings us to our first guest for the calendar year today. The last time our guest was here, he had a new single that's called Palayain, and it was getting much airplay when we spoke to him last. And just to refresh your memory, he was also part of a band that was called Better Days. And lucky for him, some of his bandmates have joined him still on this continuing journey as a solo artist. Now, I wonder what he has been busy with because I know he has something to share with us today. So, without further ado, let's say hello and good morning to Mr. Daniel Paringit. Hello,
Hello,
Daniel. Good
kamusta po
morning.
kayong lahat, DJ Kaz? Kamusta po?
Hello, hello. Happy New Year uli and Kong Hei
Happy
Fat
New Year!
Choi. Nice to have you back here.
Thank you.
As
Masaya.
said, everyone is off to a fresh start at this time of the year. And for those who have missed out your previous guesting, pwede naman nila uling panoorin ulito sa on our YouTube channel. Just look for Mellow 947 All Hits and they can watch it again. So, Daniel, kumusta ang 2021 for you? Can you summarize for us what kept you busy then? And what did you like also about the last year for you as an artist and also as an upstanding member of society?
Ngayon, masaya naman. Busy lang talaga sa releases kasi nag-focus talaga ako ngayon, DJ Kaz, saka sa songwriting talaga. More on, mas
Mm-hmm.
gusto ko mas mag-release pa ng songs. Kasi nung umpisa, dalawa lang yung song sa Spotify. Tapos parang nakakabitin na paulit-ulit, ganun. So parang
Yeah, right.
ginagawa ko talaga yung best ko ngayon para mas makasulat pa ng mas maraming kanta para mas marami tayong jam. Ayan.
Yan. Well, ganun naman, that's really how an artist rolls anyway. We write a song and then we let that marinate, no matter how long it is. And then when we release it out into the world, yet gives us ample time to create another one. And like always, then also what we talked about before, we always get our inspiration from not just experiences natin, but also the experiences of other people. Um,
Mismo.
did, did you ever feel last year that because 2020 was so debilitating for everybody concerned, you had to make bawi kahit pa paano in 2021 in terms of productivity and musicality?
Sobrang naging challenge talaga sa akin yung 2021 DJ Kaz. Kasi yun nga, yung songwriting ko talaga malaking factor doon yung experience ko kapag lumalabas ako with friends.
Mm-hmm.
Tapos 'di ba medyo bawal talaga kasi para sa safety tsaka dahil maiwasan yung COVID. Kaya sana matapos na talaga. Actually ngayon masaya ako kasi nag-level 2 na. Pero
Yeah,
yung
yeah.
latest single ko, DJ Kaz, inspired talaga siya sa nung COVID season. As in yung lockdown pa. Kasi parang na-challenge yung creativity ko talaga in a sense na nasa kwarto lang ako, paulit-ulit yung ginagawa. Pas parang araw-araw yung same na mga pader lang yung nakikita mo, ganun. Labas ka man,
Right,
ibang
right.
part lang ng bahay, ganun. Pero parang as an artist, parang ayoko din pumayag na parang wala na akong magawa dahil lang dun sa kung ano yung sitwasyon. So yung Sayo, parang yung latest single ko, DJ Kaz, parang nung araw-araw na ako na parang feeling ko wala naman akong ginawa sa buong araw, pero parang pag matutulog na ako, parang feeling ko pagod ako, parang kakaisip. Ganun. Kaya
Alam mo,
parang
hindi lang naman
ending,
yan. You're not the only one who felt that in 2021. But yeah, we'll talk about yung bagong single mo. But I want to go back to the ones before. Konting refresher course na rin. Because the last time you were here, we were talking about your then first single called Palayain.
palayain.
I remember listening to it then for the first time, and I quickly picked up on your John Mayer influence because, well, as we said, idol mo siya. You keep saying that, and he has shaped the way that you approach your own music. And the guitar riffs in that first single were just really, it was you, but at the same time, damang-dama namin yung John Mayer influence. But after that, I think there was also another single which was called Pahina
Pahina.
or Page in English. We never get to talk about that kasi that was released after the interview na natin. So, if okay lang, can you tell us something about that particular song? Why it was written, the works, and I assume that ikaw din ang nagsulat nun.
DJ Kaz. Yung Pahina, yung second single was intentionally released after Palayain eh. Kasi 'di ba Palayain was a song about gusto mo lang lumaya, parang gusto mo na umalis from somewhere or someone na parang di mo na deserve or parang kailangan mo lang mag-let go talaga. Pahina naman is a song na after mo mag-let go, the fact na parang naiisip mo siya na kailangan mo mag-let go, ibig sabihin, importante siya sa'yo eh. Sobrang nagmamatter siya sa'yo. Pero yung Pahina, parang yun na yung kanta mo para sa sarili mo na once na nakapag-decide ka mag-move on, dapat pati yung feelings, pati lahat ng nararamdaman mo, mag-decide ka rin na iwanan na siya, kalimutan na siya. Parang dapat next page ka na talaga sa buhay mo. Clean slate, kumbaga. Ayun, DJ Kaz.
Right. It's a brand new book. It's a brand new page, and therefore pahina. So it's very very apt. I saw the lyric video of that wherein you were at the beach, or I assume it was the beach, or baka backyard lang ng beach house mo. Nah, may beach house tayo.
Actually, nandito ako ngayon, DJ Kaz eh. Kung saan kami nag-shoot nung Pahina lyric video, nandito ako ngayon.
Okay.
Nag-visit lang ako sa dad ko. Dito kasi siya nagsistay sa Zambales. Tapos andito rin yung ibang pinsan ko ngayon. So, ayun, nasa probinsya ako ngayon, DJ Kaz.
Nice.
Sana makasulat ako bagong kanta habang nandito.
We're gonna expect that. Dun sa lyric video, you were in the tent, nagmumuni-muni, feeling senti about a given situation, and just being in the moment of melancholy and introspection. Were you the one who came up with the concept for that lyric video?
Yes, yung masaya talaga ngayon sa solo career, DJ Kaz, parang yun yung pagiging involved mo as an artist, yung sa creative process of conceptualization. Kasama naman ako, DJ Kaz. Kasama ko si Raina tsaka si Ali, part ng team ko sa Daniel Paringit. Ayan.
Nice. I remember the last time na mag-usap tayo that some of the bandmates na kasama mo from the previous band that you were in were actually with you on this journey as a solo artist, yung kasama sa Better Days, and till this day sila pa rin makasama mo?
Sila pa rin, DJ Cash, sila pa rin.
Awesome. Nice.
Kasama ko sila sa recording, sa pre-prod, sa pagbe-brainstorm ng all about music talaga. Ayun.
Ganda naman ng samahan nyo. I also saw that there are actually 2 videos from that for Pahina, yung lyric video that we were just talking about, and meron pang visualizer video which at least allowed you to get out of the tent, sit by the fire, unlike yung lyric video na ano ka lang sa loob ng tent all throughout, and may apoy lang sa labas and yun lang yung gumagalaw, and apart from the lyrics that come on. Was that the original intent na gagawa talaga, you envision na dalawa talagang gusto niyong videos?
Yes, DJ Cash, kasi sa Pahina, diba, next page, madali siya sabihin eh, lagi. Parang, kunwari na heartbroken ka, parang nasa part ka ng buhay mo na nag-let go ka. Kahit anong advice, kahit anong sabihin sa'yo ng kahit sino, Well, pwedeng makatulong, pero yung pinaka makakatulong talaga para sa'yo, tingin ko, pag nag-move on ka, yung decision mong lumabas. Yung decision mong mag-let go talaga. Yun yung pahina talaga. Kaya dun sa visualizer, parang nagko-contemplate ako sa tent, ganyan. Tapos, eventually, kahit masakit, kahit mahirap, nakalabas ako. Ayan.
It also depends on how you read it. You may want to read it as pahina, but you can also read it as pahina in the sense that, guys, kung ano man ang advice na para sa akin, tatanggapin ko yan. But my decision to move on is my own. So your voices are drowning out my coming to a decision to move on. So salamat sa pagiging andyan, being kaibigan, but pahina lang yung mga opinion nyo kasi ako masusunod. Mag-move out ako kung kailan ko gusto. Kung medyo
Mismo,
maglilinger
DJ.
pa ako konti, di ba? Sige, give me another month and then after that, I will be okay. And then I will start the process to heal. So it just dawned on me now, how we were reading it. It might just be a simple word na pahina, but again, it can go back to that. So
pwede talaga minsan kasi DJ Cas, parang yung iba tingin, okay lang yan. Parang sinasabi sa'yo, okay lang yan, kaya mo yan, blah, blah, blah. Pero hindi siya overnight eh. Hindi siya overnight, bukas okay ka na. Kailangan mo din talaga, tama, pahina. Oo nga, no, tama yung DJ Cas. Parang, kailangan mo mag-slow down eh. Parang kung ano man yung pinagdadaanan mo, kailangan mo mag-slow down and mag-pause at tanggapin na hindi siya bukas okay ka na. Process siya.
Yeah. That's right. And also kailangan malaman din tao that not everyone's process is the same, 'di ba? Iba parang after 1 week lang, move on na, parang what? 1 week lang? Hanap ka na ng bagong relationship, bakit ang bilis mo maka-move on? Ako yata yung weirdo kasi ako yung mabagal. But you need to understand that kanya-kanya talagang process. You cannot rush it, nor can you slow it down. You can just give in to the process no matter how long it takes. We have some friends keeping us company as well, joining us today for On The Spot 947. Chrislyn Rosa, hello daw sa'yo.
Hello.
Also Jocelyn Sarazaro, hello again. And yes, nakakapagibago without wearing a mask. Nasanay na tayo with it. So sometimes it's nice to take it out. Tim Dionela.
Team Junella, co-artist ko sa UMG sa MCA. Hello, brother.
Oh,
Good
nice.
morning sa'yo. Salamat. Andito ka.
Hello daw. Hello, Idol Daniel. I'm your number one fan. And Tim also says, freedom of creativity. Yan. And since yan ang nasabi ni Tim, I'm sure you also have a high regard for that. Now, with regards to creativity, kailangan no holds barred. Apart from no holds barred, kailangan din syempre walang basagan ng trip. Kunyari, this is my vision for the video, or this is the chord progression na gusto ko. Who's to say that my chord progression is not as good as your chord progression? Diba? So I'm glad that meron ka ding mga kasama and also allies in your vision, so that at least nagkakaroon kayo ng, let's say, harmonious exchange of ideas, diba? Because you can be a solo artist, but that does not mean
ako lang
na solo ka sa mundo because you're a solo artist. No, you have friends and your posse or your group to kind of like be your buffer or your soundboard, diba? Where you can bounce ideas off one another. Roberto Ignacio, good morning as well. And likewise, pa-shout out daw sa kanyang friends from you, Daniel, Justin Gutierrez and Paul Austin Torres. Ayan.
Hello. Kumusta kayo? Shout out sa inyo, guys.
Ayan. Dea Bautista.
Dea Bautista, good morning.
Yan. Mukhang member.
Mga DT men, DNDs.
Yeah. There you go. Meron pa isa, Sarah Navarro Gumban.
Hello, Sunshine, OG Sunshine.
Ayan. May code name.
Kabisado ka yan.
Ayan. Solid Daniel Paringit fan. With heart. Si Dea, marami rin Si Deo
Simula
ng
akong
ating
pizza,
heart.
guys. Love you guys.
All right, awesome. So now we move on to the new song, the new single. It's called Sayo.
Sa'yo.
So, ayan, history lesson ulit. Can you tell us the inspiration for you writing the song?
Sa'yo yung naging inspiration ko talaga kapag yung lockdown, di ba? Tapos parang wala ka naman masyadong ginawa pero pagdating ng gabi parang pagod ka, ganun. Tapos days ka Ang weird nga, yung ironic kasi feeling mo pagod ka. Pwede kasing mentally. Pero hindi ka makatulog kasi parang hindi tumitigil sa pagtakbo yung isip mo. Tapos parang yung specific time talaga na gabi na eh. Alam mo yung matutulog ka na lang tapos parang mauudlot pa kasi may naaalala ka. Pwede daw
Yeah.
masaya, pwedeng malungkot or parang pwedeng naalala mo lang talaga. Medyo magkakasunod talaga sila DJ Kaz eh. Yung palayain, after mo lumaya, kailangan mo harapin yung pag-move on na phase. Tapos pagka naka-move on ka na, wala, pwede mo namang maalala lang siya eh. Pwede namang naalala mo lang good memories with someone or ayun, ganun.
Or the not so good memories din.
Pwede rin.
Kasi
pero pwede rin
dalawang
hindi ka na-apektado, naalala mo lang talaga.
Yeah. You know, there is a ano there. That's the difference between remembering daw and yung alam mong naalala mo lang pero
Naalala mo lang.
As compared to yung naalala mo bigla and then bigla kang naluluha. Pag bigla kang naluluha, then it's still a
Hindi pa
possibility
tapos.
Hindi pa tapos, 'di ba? Hindi ka pa fully healed. May sugat pa rin.
Parang
diba?
madalas kasi parang DJ Cash may tendency yung mga tao, well sa mga kilala ko na parang minsan iniiwasan nilang harapin yung mga kailangan nila harapin. Parang lagi nilang sinasantabi yung mga bagay na kailangan nilang tapusin. Kaya ang ending, lagi lang nilang naaalala. At every time maaalala nila, ayoko muna to harapin. Na parang hindi nila na-realize hanggat di mo yan hinaharap, never talaga yan matatapos.
Exactly. You will never be fully healed if you don't, let that. And ganun yung proseso eh. If yun na nga, kung isasantabi mo, parang saka na lang, busy pa ako, hindi pa kumakain, umaya na ako. Umaya ako nakaharapin yan. Or teka lang, may schoolwork pa ako. Or teka lang, may trabaho pa ako. But sige, some things still are attention for the current moment. But when you're alone, and you need to be brave enough to face that alone as well. That's a time na talagang doon mo rin makikilala sa sarili mo kung gaano ka katatag
mismo
at makatibay. Pag naharap mo na, harap mong makikita yung pait, yung sakit and tell yourself na sawa na ako dito.
Mismo.
Gusto ko nang ngumiti and time to start a brand new chapter. No, just like in the previous singles, and also may lyric video din. Now, as you said in your explanation about the song, in contrast naman dito to you being out and underneath the stars, for this particular lyric video ng Sayo, you were just in your apartment, having a hard time sleeping. That is as real as it gets. Not just during the pandemic. With regards to not being able to sleep because you keep thinking of something or you keep thinking of someone.
Feeling ko, DJ Kaz, parang ang laking factor din talaga ng social media kasi ngayon. Yun din yung isang pinanghugutan ko, DJ Kaz eh. Kasi syempre diba, pag matutulog na tayo, minsan bago ka matulog, last thing na gagawin mo bago ka matulog, mag-phone eh. Pagkagising mo, magpo-phone ka din eh. Tapos parang feeling ko, loophole siya, na parang isang photo lang, or isang kanta or isang salita, maaalala mo siya ulit. Tapos
that's right.
Di mo mamamalayan, puyat ka na naman. Parang ganun.
Exactly. Advice nga daw is, if you're going to sleep, do not touch your phone 30 minutes bago ka matulog. Because yung the light from your phone, that will give off, obviously our phones have radiation, but the light from your phone will prevent you from sleeping soundly. So if handa ka na matulog, please do not touch your phone. Put it somewhere far away from you para naman tama yung tulog mo, diba? And mahimbing. And ganun rin ba, let's say if you have a gig the next day or some momentous life event, parang no matter how much you want to sleep, medyo hirap ka rin.
Di ko alam sa tinagal-tagal ko, DJ Cash, na tumutugtog. Parang, alam mo, pating may event, yung may guesting, tas gabi na. Then sa mga tulog, lagi ako excited. Lagi ako excited. Tapos parang
That's also a good thing.
ang hirap kasi parang puyat ka na naman. Parang, ang hirap talaga kasi nakaka-excite talaga.
Tapos pag nag-Netflix ka pa, di lalo kang mapupuyat.
Pag nasimulan mo yung Netflix, no, DJ Cast, tapos series, sabi mo, okay, last ep na to.
Oh, wait. Maiba ng konti. Have you seen the zombie series, the Korean zombie series?
Hindi pa, DJ Cast. Medyo umiwas talaga ako series eh.
Well,
kasi wala akong nagagawa eh.
Kung gusto mo maghanap ng rason kung bakit ka mapuyat, that will be the best reason to do it.
Mismo.
So, yeah, so I don't know if anyone out there has seen that, but yeah, it's a must watch. Medyo prepare mo lang sarili mo because you have an hour for each episode, not like sa mga Western shows na minsan 30 minutes, minsan 45, ito 56 minutes, 54, close to an hour per episode. So if you're willing to sacrifice 1 hour a night,
sure po yan.
or minsan 2 hours, so kumbaga, pag nakadalawang episode ka na, isang movie ka na eh. So, punta ka na, dalawa ka lang in a day or in a night, pwede na yun. Yeah. And that's one of the things that got us through during the lockdown, yung mga ganon, pag sa social media, pag Netflix. These days, it's nice that we're all finding balance to things. Things are opening up. Wala pang gigs at the moment, but sana meron na.
Sana meron nag-level 2 na.
Malay mo, pag nag-1, pwede na. But would you happen to have any online gigs that are, in the pipeline?
Tomorrow nasa Mix, may interview ako sa Mix. Hindi, ano oras sa Mix? 11 a.m. 11 a.m. sa Mix tomorrow.
Alright. Okay, bukas naman. Right. But yeah, I mean, interviews can become gigs, so that's, tuloy-tuloy lang.
Sana magka-gigs na, DJ Kaz. Pag may gigs kayo, DJ Kaz, alam mo na, kung sino tatawa.
Sige. Let us know. Speaking of gigs, meron ka bang rituals that you put yourself into the zone bago ka mag-gig? Kasi like, may mga gigs na we all know, or parang like si Celine Dion, bago siya mag-gig or bago siya mag-perform, wala siyang kakausapin for almost the entire day. Ang gig usually sa gabi. So for the entire day, hindi siya magsasalita. So how about you? Meron ka bang ganong klaseng rituals?
Yung pinaka-ritual ko lang, DJ Kaz, since taekwondo player talaga ako, UAAP player ako ng high school, college. Parang yung warm-up ko doon, yun yung ginagawa ko. Wala naman lang. Kaya inaasar ako ng mga kabanda ko na, ayun na, lalaban na si Danny Boy. Danny Boy kasi yung tawag nila sa akin.
Okay.
So parang sinasabi lang, ayun na, nagpapapawis na si Danny Boy, lalaban na siya. Kasi parang yung feeling ko ng laban dati, yung adrenaline and all, hindi man laban ngayon, pero gig na siya kapag magpa-perform na. So tumatalon-talon ako, nag-warm up talaga ako, nag-shadow boxing ako, ganyan. Okay. Nakakatawa lang, pero
nice ritual.
Mainit ka pagpasok mo sa stage. Ayun.
Right. So, bago ka mag-gig, bawal ka pala kausapin kasi naninipa ka pala ng tao bago ka kumakanta, gano'n.
Yung mga kabanda ko, sinisipa ko talaga, DJ kasi. Pero lang, light lang, natatawa lang sila.
Okay, so kailangan may padding pala sila bago mag-gig.
Tapos nakakamiss na, DJ Kaz. Nung nag-gig kami nung
tatay mata, bakit may padding yung mga kabanda mo? Wala, naupakan ko lang.
Nung nag-gig kami, DJ Kaz, nung December, nung SM Fairview gig, nag-front kami for Zach Tabudlo. Grabe, as in, hindi ko naman first time, pero feeling first time talaga kami, DJ Kaz. As in, habang tumutugtog, parang nanginginig yung tuhod, ganun. Ang saya, parang nakakahalong nakakaluha na masaya ka na kinakabahan na hindi mo na alam yung nararamdaman mo. Parang ganun, DJ Kaz. Kaya sana bumalik na.
You mentioned pala, sorry to interrupt. You mentioned Zach Tabudlo bago ko makalimutan. Will there be a possibility of you guys working together? I would love to see.
DJ Kaz. Sana.
Love to see that. Sa mga nakikinig, mga handlers ni Zach, please.
Si Jerry nandyan lang.
Yeah.
Jerry, baka naman. Pero DJ
Zach.
Kaz, parang isa sa malaking thank you ko ngayon sa family talaga ni Zach kasi simula last year, tinutulungan nila ako, nagbibigay sila advices sa akin. Kaya parang, sino ba naman ako, diba? Pero thank you sa tiwala. Also sa UMG fam, thank you. Lalo na kay Jerry sa maagang guestings natin. Good morning sa'yo talaga.
Yeah, I will keep my fingers crossed for that, for a future collaboration with you and Zach, and I'm sure your fans and also fans to Zach would love to see that happen.
Sana.
Yeah. So looking back at the single titles that you have Palayain, which is letter P. You have Pahina, letter P din. Pagdating
S.
ng pangatlo, naging S.
S.
Pwede bang gawin nating letter P din?
Para, PPP.
PBB, diba? So ano yung pangatlo kung sakali peste?
Paringit pa lang.
Nah, just kidding. But yeah, congratulations.
Thank
on
you,
those
DJ Kaz.
singles, out. Does this mean that makakarinig tayo ng album or at least an EP sometime this year?
This year, for sure, DJ Kaz. As in, may mga tracks naman na natapos na, inaayos na lang namin kailan siya i-release. Actually, this Feb may i-release ako, DJ Kaz. To be announced na lang yung, hindi pa sure kung kailan i-announce eh.
Okay, sige. Balitaan mo lang kami. We're just here.
Thank you, DJ Kaz.
With regards to sa album and sa EP, as early as now, may na-envision ka na ba kung ilan number of tracks in it? Or
sa EP, DJ Kaz, may 6 songs ako eh. Sa album,
Okay.
sana 10. Pero depende pa sa lahat ng mangyayari.
I don't know if you've heard this before, but for some people, parang feeling nila, pag album kailangan 10. If you have a collection of songs which are less than 10, hindi na siya album. Say like, there's some albums out there na 8. So parang, but they still call it an album, no? So parang, konti na lang, 2 na lang, sana sinampu mo na. Yeah. So, yun. What is next for you, for Daniel, for the rest of the year, apart from that EP that you have planned out? Ano pa bang pwede naming abangan from you?
Mas nandun ako, nag-focus talaga ako, DJ Kaz, sa songwriting eh. More on, feeling ko this year, abangan nyo, kung nasasaktan kayo sa mga unang kanta ko, feeling ko nagiging masaya naman na tayo, kaya medyo hindi na masakit yung mga susunod na kanta.
Okay, kala ko sabi mo, susunod na naman kami uli eh. Parang tama na, nakatatlo ka na.
Nananakit na daw eh, DJ Kaz.
Kota na. Alright, where can they find on social media?
Sa YouTube at Daniel Paringit, sa Facebook at Daniel Paringit Music, sa Instagram and Twitter at Daniel Paringit. Sa TikTok din, gumawa kami ng TikTok ko. Nice. Nilalabas ko din yung mga guitar reels ko tsaka mga yung pwede natin maging interaction at Daniel Paringit din sa TikTok. Tapos sa Spotify, pwede nyo marinig sa iTunes, sa Apple Music, sa Deezer, sa lahat ng online digital streaming platforms, pwede nyo nang marinig yung Palayain, Pahina, tsaka Sayo. Hanapin nyo lang, Daniel Paringit. Ayan.
Alright, awesome. Daniel, good luck for the rest
Thank
of 2022.
you, DJ Kaz. Happy New Year sa lahat din na nakikinig.
Happy New Year. Dahil focus ka, we are confident na malalampasan mo pa yung mga plano mo for 2022 and you will
Thank you, DJ Kaz.
Yourself, but you'll probably also surprise every one of your fans who have always been there since day one, supporting you and your music. All right. So good luck again on your singles and also on the album and on the EP as well. Till the next one, this has been Cash for On The Spot 947. Till the next edition, we shall be on the lookout for the next artist that we're going to be putting on the spot. So keep right here on All Hits, Mellow 947. Sounds good. Bye.